All right, well, if you're joining us, welcome to the second week of Zoom In, our experimental conversation with community leaders and coaches on topics that matter. Today, we are going to be doing a live breathwork session with my dear friend Jodie Buehner-Gennerman. That's a mouthful. And we are happy to have you all on board for the ride. The format of the hour will be a little bit of grounding meditation to start with, then Jodie and I will move into a conversation about breath work and the benefits and her own personal experience with it, and then she will actually guide us through a breath work session. So if you are just joining us, or if this is an audio recording for you, make sure that you have a yoga mat, blanket, pillow, anything you need to be comfy, because you will be lying down. There's also a playlist, a Spotify playlist that's in the chat portion of the window that you can copy and paste into another browser. That will be for music that Jodie put together for the breathwork session. And we will go ahead and get started. Do you want to say hi, Jodie, so everyone can see your face?
Hi, I'm Jodie. Thanks for coming, everyone.
This is all pretty experimental for us. So Jodie normally does one-on-one sessions face-to-face with her clients. And so she is going to be doing this for the first time with a group and not be in the same room with us all. So I invite you all right now to close your eyes and take a comfortable seat. We'll just do a little bit of a guided meditation to get us all in the same space. Allow your feet to be flat on the ground if you're sitting, or if you're actually sitting on the ground, make sure you're evenly spaced on your sit bones. And allow your breath to move in and out at a natural rhythm. If you've got thoughts flying in and out of your brain, like most of us do, go ahead and allow them to come and then go as you exhale. And as you relax into your breathing, I want you to imagine sending your energy up and connecting to a source 300 feet above your head, high, high, high up in the sky. And with each inhale, imagine yourself pulling in the energy from above you, from God, Source, the universe, whatever you believe in. And with each exhale, imagine it passing through your body, enveloping you in a beautiful column of white light. And your next inhale, bring that light in and imagine it coming down through the crown of your head and flowing through your body and enveloping you as you exhale. Inhale again. And as you exhale, imagine that bubble of light expanding around you to fill the whole room that you're in. Inhale. And at your next exhale, imagine that bubble expanding to fill your house and everyone, all the inhabitants in your house. Inhale again. On your next exhale, imagine that white bubble expanding to your whole neighborhood, the community that you're in. And a white bubble of translucent, sparkly light. Inhale again. As you exhale, imagine that bubble expanding to cover your entire state. All of the people in that state. Inhale again. As you exhale, imagine the bubble covering the entire country. It's all connected to you in a bubble of white, beautiful, sparkly light. Inhale again. And as you exhale, imagine that bubble covering the entire globe. And imagine it's all connected together in a positive, uplifting, beautiful bubble of white light. We're all connected, experiencing, living, learning together, and connected to each other's experiences through breath and through intention. Take a couple more breaths here and imagine yourself as the source of that light, being able to expand and impact and influence the world around you through your own centeredness. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I'm really excited to have this conversation with you, Jodie, because breathwork is something that I've known to be part of you and your modality, but I've never experienced it guided by you. So thank you for being here with us and sharing your learnings with us.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to start first with maybe your definition of breathwork. I've done different types of breathwork, and so I'm curious to know what your version is, or if they're all linked together. I've done Wim Hof before and holotropic breath work, but I'm curious to know what your definition is or how you relate to it.
I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I guess it's just a way of consciously controlling your breathing, no matter what modality you're choosing. Each breathwork technique lends a different healing component. So there's a lot of different techniques out there. I began teaching breath work in conjunction with yoga. So I started really with baby steps, just the regular pranayama. Most of the breath would work on our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. So when we're in that, as you just showed us, that rest and digest, that guided breathing, just nice and calm, it reaches different parts of our body, and that's a really nice place to be. Another breath work technique that I love is breath of fire, because it's really energizing. It's a really hard breath in and out. And that can really help if you're feeling fatigue, or if you need to jazz yourself up for something difficult, or like get that fire burning in your belly.
Is that a Kundalini technique?
A little bit different. Kundalini is in conjunction with like different mudras and kriyas and things like that. So it's a little bit different. I've never taught Kundalini, but I've practiced it quite a bit, and it's also very powerful. So you will, have a certain kriya with the breath for 5 to 10 minutes. So there could be like the ego eradicator kriya. I think it's this, and you sit there for 5 minutes and you do the.
I've done that, yeah.
It's a good one.
That's like a Gabby Bernstein thing, right?
Yeah. So as I've evolved through and teaching and being a student in yoga and living in Costa Rica, what I noticed is it's like the yoga would sometimes wear off. Like I would want to keep going deeper, to unlocking these parts of my body. So it was like, okay, I'm still doing yoga. It still feels good, but those big openings that I would have, at the beginning, they're just not happening anymore. So I was looking for ways to just deepen my practice and find ways to excavate and heal, because really I've been on a journey of healing. And it seems that I was reflecting today, because some of the questions that you asked, I hadn't ever really thought about before. But when I come up against a really hard time in my life, and a lot of it's been some physical elements, I kind of catapult myself into the unknown. And that's when I've learned the most. I physically will usually remove myself. So one example is, and why I went to take this training is I had some health issues, and I was literally laying in my bed after I'd gotten home from being in the intensive care, and literally I could move my finger, and I just started searching breathwork, and I found a training, and I signed up, and I got on a plane to Bali 2 weeks later. Because when something like this happens to me, I get really curious, and I know that there's something that needs to heal, and I feel this urgency about it, and I want to physically get out of whatever's happening and into something, and I know that the universe will take me there. So I went to Bali, and I took a training called biodynamic breathwork and trauma release. So we actually use the parasympathetic nervous system. We access that through this breath, and that is the sympathetic nervous system, and that's our fight or flight. So we poke at it a little bit, and we use this breath to access like the deeper parts of our body where people say we store trauma. And one example of this is we had a lot of Chinese women in our training, and we went through all the different energy centers of our body, and we did different practices. So it was throat day, and we went through this, and the women, to watch, how stuck they were in their throat chakra because of their culture. It was incredible to see. Whereas, the Americans hardly had any reaction at all, right? They had trauma, unresolved trauma from being suppressed, all sorts of things. And so we all have a degree of that in our body. And it's really profound. It's really profound to watch these healings. And so it almost reminds me of like when you go through dark night of the soul, and it's really hard because you resist letting go of the things that we're most uncomfortable with. When you're in dark, you get really stuck. And so that's sometimes what this breath can feel like when you
And
get
how
to.
often do you practice it? Do you do it daily?
I'll give myself little 20-minute minis, and sometimes I'll get on with my teacher and I'll have him guide me. Depends on how deep you go. I won't take you guys too deep. I'll give you a taste of it, but it can still be quite, effective. Um, it's good to have guidance. It's good to have support when you go that deep, and that's where I go. And so I can take myself there now and be alone, and guide myself. But it's a good thing to get familiar with a coach before you take yourself far, because it's we use touch and just different things to help guide you, because people can get cathartic, and not to scare anybody, but it's really powerful work. It feels, I've been in plant medicine ceremonies, and this breath feels eerily similar with no plant medicine at all. Very powerful. And so I'll say one more thing. How does trauma get stuck in our body? Um, us as humans, we seem to go into that sort of freeze when we experience trauma. We want it to stop immediately, and we hang on to it in different ways, or we float away up into the ethers, and we can stay there for a long time, sometimes our whole life. Veterans who have been in explosions will all of a sudden develop Tourette's syndrome, because the trauma of that explosion stays in their body, and they can't, release it. So I've seen these breathwork practitioners help them move this trauma through their body, and their Tourette's is released, and they're freed. And the animal kingdom, an example is if there's a herd being chased by, a wild pack of lions, and they catch one of the animal will, its instinct is to either fight or flight or freeze. Well, if by chance they get away, you can see them run off away from the herd. They go into a bush and they shake. And we think it's a way of them releasing this trauma. It's innate. It's an intuition that they have. They take the time to shake this trauma out of their body before they join the herd. And so many times at the end of sessions, you will notice a vibration or a feeling of this release. And that's where kind of that bliss and that peace comes in. So just as I take you through this, I just encourage you to let go, to, you know, we're used to controlling things that are not comfortable. So let yourself be comfortable in the discomfort, and anything's allowed, any movements, any sounds, just be with all of it. And your body will know what to do. Your body's wise. We get in the way. So, yeah, if that makes sense. And don't be afraid.
That sounds awesome. So do you want us to all get situated now? I'm just going to make sure everyone's mic's turned off, and so including mine, and we'll let you kind of take over.
Okay, so does everybody have your Spotify? I guess you can all just kind of hit play in synchronicity if possible. You can see Nectar Drop is the first song. Do y'all see that? Raise your hand, yeah. So let's just push play. If you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. Whoops. And just get it to a volume that feels good, where you can still hear my voice, and come onto your backs. So we're going to use a circular breath, breathing in and out from our mouth. So I'm just going to speak as you get settled. You don't have to start breathing yet. So it's a circular breath. There's no pause. It's just the inhale and the exhale. They're connected. So we're going to use the alchemy of this breath to shine the light on any stuck areas. We're going to release stress from our body, our mind. I'm going to find a little freedom. Again, just trying not to resist or control, just going with the flow, and just welcoming the wisdom and anything else that might come up with loving kindness. You want to make sure your throat is open, that your head is not scrunched. And just let the jaw soften. And just notice the way your heart is beating right now. Let that be your resource. You can take your right hand to your heart anytime during our practice if you want to feel more grounded and connected to your body. Good. Again, letting the mouth open, beginning with a nice deep inhale to 4 counts through the mouth. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your mouth be nice and open. Noticing the rise and fall of your belly as you feel the barrel of your chest all the way to your back body, the back of your heart. I breathe in, I breathe out. The inhale, bringing in life, the way that we come into this world, and the exhale, the letting go, the way we leave this earthly plane. I breathe in, I breathe out. I inhale, receive, I exhale, release. And just gently begin to speed the breath a bit. Find the count that works for you. You can extend it to 5 seconds, or you can stay at 4. Staying present with the breath. We're going to begin to speed up the breath just a bit. It's going to sound like this. You can match me at the first. Strong, intentional, deep breaths. Stay with it. Mouths open. Keep the depth and the speed of the breath. One full circle, one wave. I breathe in, I breathe out. Opening up and letting go. How deeply can you trust? Normal to feel a little lightheaded. Just be with it, work through it. Stay present with your body. See if you can deepen with this next wave, keeping the intensity, the intention, the strength. Feeling the breath support you. Anchoring in your commitment. Bring the count to 1, 2, inhale, 1, 2, exhale, 1, 2, inhale, 1, 2, exhale. Stay with it. Flowing with ease. You've got this. You're doing beautiful. Stay with the tempo. 1, 2 in, 1, 2 out. Letting this breath be the medicine. Letting the breath just gently nudge any unhealthy energy from your body. Stay with it. Mouths are open. A little quick body scan as you continue to breathe deeply, noticing if you're holding, trying to let go. Let go of fear, let go of any physical holdings, any mental holdings, any judgments. And breathe deeper, dig in, anchor down into your breath. Breathe light. This is your time. This is for you. Noticing if you feel any waves in your body. You can move your hips back and forth. Again, if you feel anything that's stuck, take your breath and carry it to that place. Ha. Stay with it. Beautiful movement. This is finding the comfort and the discomfort. Stay with it. There's nowhere to go. You're already there. You're already there. Stay with it. Bring in the gift. Yes. Ah. Ah. Stay with your 2 breath in, 2 breath out. You can rotate your wrists. You can move your head back and forth. But stay with the breath. 1 full circle, 1 wave. I breathe in, I breathe out. I inhale, receive. I exhale, release. Feeling the breath support you. Letting your body receive this healing. Breathe. All you have to do. Let the thoughts move away to make more room for your healing. Don't stop the breath. Come back to it, even stronger now. Coming back to your 4th count breath. 1, 2, 3, 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4 out. 1, 2, 3, 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Mouths open, in and out through the mouth. Direct access. Staying steady as we transition into this next wave, going back to your 2 count breath. 1, 2 in, 1, 2 out. You're doing great. Stay with it. Stay with any movements. Your body will know what to do. Bending your knees. You can even stomp your feet on the floor, whatever feels good. Just get that energy moving now, but stay with the breath. Moving your hips from side to side, allowing for those deep pockets of energy to be freed. You're doing good. Stay with it. This is you. This is your time, your moment. Riding this wave. Beautiful. You all look so beautiful. Stay with it. Let any sounds come. Ha! Ha! Ah! Stay with the 2-second breath. Mouth open. I breathe in, I breathe out. Beautiful wild women, stay with it. Meet yourself. Yeah. You're doing great. Transitioning into our next wave, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay with this final wave. Don't let go. It's a little slower, but still with much intention. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Releasing the shoulders. See if you can move your shoulders from side to side. Maybe lifting your fingers up towards the sky. Opening up, feeling that radiant light body, the energy that surrounds your being. Staying grounded, staying anchored. In these last moments, stay with it. Beautiful. Open up the heart. Feel that compassion, that tenderness right at the center of your chest. These last few moments, keep the medicine flowing. Begin to smooth out the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beginning to soften the toes, keeping your awareness on the breath with this present moment. There's nothing else to do. You are here right now. You are protected. You are safe. You are loved. Letting the breath go, letting your life force energy just breathe you naturally with no efforting. Staying in this moment. Letting go deeply for your body to work its magic and wisdom. Stay out of the way. Surrendering just a little bit deeper, relaxing the toes, the fingers, the jaw, the space at the back of your throat, the space between your eyes. Feel illumination at your heart center. Feel the light that surrounds your body. Feel the prana, the cleansing white light that runs now through your veins, touching every cell in your organism, healing. Just beginning to bring tiny bits without a hurry of movement into your body. So maybe a place that feels a little tight right now. Start there first. Kind of move it around. If you're still processing, you have time, so stay with that. If you're in a state of bliss, stay with that as well. If you're processing pain, welcome it. It's being transformed right now. Energy does not disappear. You are the alchemist. It just gets transformed. If you've been holding on and you need to cry, cry. Let it go. Give yourself permission to feel. If something needs to come out of your mouth, let it. Open your mouth and let it out, no matter what it is. Take a nice deep inhale, fill up the heart, feel the chest expand. Let go. Inhale again, and just let it go. Letting your head move from side to side now. Reaching your arms up towards the sky once again. Good. And just letting your arms cross as you reach for opposite shoulders, giving yourself a loving squeeze. Don't stop if anything's coming up for you. Let it come. Bring your knees up to your chest. Let go of your sweet embrace and hug the fronts of your legs. Rocking side to side. Knowing you just did something really brave and amazing for yourself. You just held yourself in a way that you've probably been holding up everyone else for these last few weeks. Good time to give yourself a sweet love and a thank you for everything you do for yourself and for those around you, for the world. And as you're ready, you can fall off to one side, making your way, staying gentle, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time to make your way. There's no hurry. Keep breathing. I wish I could give you all a great big hug. So just pretend I'm giving you a big hug. If you need to stay where you are, you can stay where you are. If you feel like you want to share a part of your experience, or if you'd like to process anything, then I'm here right now. Vulnerability is such an amazing gift. I know it's hard to do sometimes, but it's such a gift.
That was awesome, Jodie. Thank you so much.
You guys gave me chills. You all dropped in so well.
Yeah, it was interesting as you were taking us through the breathing. I've experienced this in other types of breath work, but I got kind of like tingly. Like I kind of got the full body tingles. I don't know if anyone else got that, but I went in really kind of inside my body. The music in your voice was really a cool experience to kind of drop into that. Does anyone else want to share what they felt as well? Sensations or thoughts or feelings?
I'll share.
Hi.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. Sorry, I got on a little late. I was on a call, but I dropped in and I had markers and journal and I just started journaling and it was so much fun. I was scribbling the breath and I was just scribbling it. And then I just drew inside of the breath and these little goddesses came out. And I just had so much fun with it, you know? So, and I was moving my body at the same time. So I so appreciate you holding the space, both of you, and creating this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Darling, that's beautiful.
Does anyone else want to let us know what they experienced?
I'll go ahead and share. Am I unmuted? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Beautiful, beautiful breath experience. Like you, I felt the full body tingles and then my lips started to twitch a little bit, especially when I was breathing in through the mouth. And then as I went deeper into the breaths and shortened and then lengthened, just really felt lots of release inside my body. So things that I thought were released, maybe not so much. So it was a beautiful experience and I feel light. I feel really airy, I feel really light in my body. Thank you, Jodie. It was beautiful. Thank you very much. So good to see you guys. Thank you. I'll mute myself now.
Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. Anyone else want to let us know what they were experiencing?
All you have to do is unmute and you pop up, right?
Yeah, or put your hand up and I can unmute you.
Oh, there's Q. I didn't know if you were waving or.
Do you want to be unmuted, Kimmy?
There you are. Yeah, unmute me.
Hi, you're unmuted.
Hi, Jen. It was good to see you, Jen and Jodie. Thank you so much. I too felt tingly all over, and at the very end, my mouth and my right eye was twitching. And I too feel very light and just very clear right now. So thank you for putting this on, you guys. What a great experiment. And I too believe that, like, even though we're staying inward and at home right now, we're so connected, and these types of things are just bringing us closer. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Kimmy. Yeah, it's been amazing to see people really like drop into this whole digital community space. And even though we're in our own houses, we're socially isolated or socially distant, we're digitally connected. And I think that more and more it's showing us how easy it is to get there if we have the intention. So thank you, Jodie, for facilitating that beautiful experience.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Does anyone else have a share that they want to bring in for the group?
Did anybody have any journeys as far as, like, I know a couple of times I've gone back into my past and I've been shown things. One time I went through my whole childhood and this breath shined the light on some really tough things, but it explained a lot of who I am and why I moved from certain places. And so another gift of this breath is just getting to know our internal landscape a little bit better. And I was listening to Glennon Doyle tell a story yesterday, and one thing that she said from her beloved who passed away from cancer is that this is who you are. We all are our hearts, and the more we can tend to that, that's who we are. We're not what happened to us. We're not what other people think about us. We're not what's happening to us. And this is where we live. And so for me, cleaning house, the place where I live, and understanding myself better, even the dark spaces, they're not so scary anymore, because I understand, but it's still a part of me. It's still a part of where I live, but I'm not running away from these demons. I'm like, oh yeah, that is a part of me, but I can be with you, you ugly little monster. And I'm going to keep living in a way of knowing that my heart is pure and cleaning my house. And this is just another way, to do that. This is who you are, and this is where you live.
And it's also a fantastic reminder that you have the power within you, right? Your breath is connecting with your breath is giving you the opportunity to process those things for yourself. I loved the ending with the hug and the embrace for yourself, because I think so many times, just in life in general, not even in these uncertain times, we go so quickly and we pile up our tasks and our checklists that we forget that we have to slow down and take care of ourselves first and give ourselves permission to be gentle and soft and forgiving with ourselves first and foremost. So I love you reminding us that we can go there and get there. Now, is this something that we can do on our own?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
On your own. Take yourself through little mini sessions. It got me through a lot of tough times, having this tool. And, if you want to go deeper and do deeper trauma healing work, you can also seek out somebody to hold space, you know, for you. But absolutely, you can use this breath.
Great. Well, before we wrap up, do you want to share some ways that people can get in touch with you if they have follow-up questions or want to book a session?
Yeah, you can just find me on Facebook, or my Instagram handle is Wander Love Mama, WANDER Love Mama. Yeah, or ask Renee. I usually get a lot of word of mouth because people will just trip out. And so they tell their friend, and then their friend comes to see me and they trip out and you gotta go do this, it's crazy. And so I just really don't do a lot of advertising. But it's amazing work. And as you can tell, and there, it goes deeper. So, but you guys did such a great job. And give yourself, you know, these next 10 minutes to lay back down, let the rest of the integration happen. You know, if you feel like you have a little bit more, don't go running back out if you don't have to. Just give yourself a little bit more time to be tender, and let all the benefits settle below.
Awesome. And I will post the audio and video links to our social media channels as well if you wanted to share with someone else the experience. I thought it was great as a group. I didn't notice that it was not catering specifically to me, so thank you so much for rolling with the punches and being experimental.
Yay! I was nervous. I'm like, what if I can't help get somebody?
And thank you guys all for tuning in. We will have more sessions where we zoom in and share with the community. Next week, we'll have an art therapy session, tapping into creativity with Jill Johnson, who owns the Paint Mixer. And we will drop in with Terry Sidford, who is a TEDx speaker and author and coach. And she'll be talking about harnessing opportunities during difficult times like this. And then we will also have my girlfriend, Kristen Ulmer, who is a pro skier and a Zen meditation guru and has written on fear. And so she'll be speaking about what to do with fear during times like this. So you can check everything out on wildwomentribe.net. And we've got Instagram and Facebook as well. And so just look for those events. And I look forward to catching up with you guys again. They'll be at 2 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday. So if you have any suggestions on who you'd like to learn from, drop me a note as well. Always interested in connecting with other people who want to share their wisdom and help the community. So thank you guys all for joining. Have a great weekend, rest of the day.
Wild women.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.